Welcome into the show. Thank you all for being here. Very exciting Loncar Live today. The newest ACR sponsored pro, Ana Marquez, is in the house from Portugal, from the other side of the world. And I'm not going to lie, I'm really excited myself to learn all about her. I do know that she is an absolute tournament beast. I do know that she is the former player of the year. Excuse me, the former number one ranked player in Spain. And yeah, I'm excited to learn more about her. Welcome into the chat, everybody. I see my regulars in the house. Grinosaurus Rex, hell yeah, dude. What's up, man? Stonian, Ghost of M. I see you guys. Thank you all for being here. This is obviously a special early afternoon show. You know, it's 1:15 here in California. It's 9:15 over in Portugal. So, you know, this is like the perfect middle point. And again, thanks to all for being here. I had a couple messages from Instagram and Twitter followers saying that they're excited to learn about Ana and what she's all about. And obviously, you know that she's a great human being if she got signed on to America's Cardroom, because those are the only type of human beings that America's Cardroom signs on. So, Boston in the house, the Shark too. What's up, guys? So without further ado, the newest ACR Team Pro, Ana Marquez. Let the show begin. Oh, geez. Hello. I didn't hit the right intro screen there button. How you doing, Ana? How you doing? There she is. Welcome, Ana. Thanks for coming on today.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Welcome in. So we talked for a brief moment before the stream started, and you told me that you are in Portugal. Is that where you are living now, or are you just visiting?
I'm moving around, but here for now, yeah.
Okay. The life of a poker player, traveling and enjoying life, enjoying the world. So it's 9:22 over there. So are you okay? So I've heard so much about a lot of my friends who have traveled over to Europe for like EPT and stuff, and they say that the number one thing that they love about Spain is the nightlife and how most people over there are on a later sleeping schedule. And I have a lot of friends who are on the poker schedule of, going to sleep at 3 a.m, waking up at noon. I've heard that Spain and maybe Portugal too are just absolutely the absolute best places to live if you're on that nightlife type of graveyard schedule. Is that how it is over there?
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
I haven't lived in Spain since I was 17, but I still visit a lot, and I have friends there and stuff. So yeah, it's life is very chill there.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I've heard so many good things about Spain. I have literally all of my friends that are tournament travelers. You probably know a few of them that travel the world and play all the big circuit events. They all say that their favorite spot is Barcelona. You got the beach close to the casinos and the nightlife, as I was talking about, and everything. So I'm definitely looking forward to bringing my wife over there and get out over there, and hopefully we'll meet up one day and all of us can hang out. But again, congratulations on becoming, for those of you that don't know, and for all of you tuning in, thanks for being here. This is the newest ACR Team Pro, Ana Marquez. And as I've said on the intro video, as I said on the intro to this video, former number one ranked player in Spain. Tell me a little bit about that, Ana. Obviously, you've had a lot of success over the last number of years, so tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think it was 2013 and 14, or 2012 and 13. I was ranked number one player in the GPI.
That's amazing.
Yeah, in Spain. Adrian Mateos took my player of the year in the last one. He's a crusher, so what can I do?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. That was pretty cool, to be the number one player in a full country.
Of course. So obviously, if you were GPI number one for Spain, then obviously, what were some big scores you had over those couple years on some tournaments?
Well, to be honest, I've run a little bit bad with hitting the number one spot. I just had a lot of deep runs. I was the first live tournament I played actually was the PCA, and I bubbled the final table there. I was chip leader, 2 tables left, and I bubbled. But then I don't know. I was heads up for a PLO bracelet. Um, Online, I did pretty good, but for being live, to be honest, I don't even remember. I don't know. I guess like a lot of good caches and stuff. It's a long time, man.
That's a good problem to
Okay,
have. I don't
no.
know, just a lot of final tables, just made final tables every week. Like, that's a good problem to have. Just too many final tables all blended together. Okay,
Yeah,
so
no.
go ahead. What's
I won.
that?
I just remember I won one tournament. What was it called? The Hollywood Poker Open. Yeah, that was a big one. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, and so obviously, as I said a little bit ago, when I was getting your webcam set up and whatnot, I noticed one of your usernames on social media is Anna Marquez 86. So we're both born in the same year, 1986. Awesome.
Mhm.
Um, Tell me about how you became a professional poker player. How did that come about? When did you start playing? Tell us a little bit about younger Anna and how you became a professional pro.
Well, I was in university in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
And yeah, and the last year I had to write my thesis and I wasn't sure what I wanted to write, so I decided to take some time off. And because it was my thesis year, I had to take the full year out of so I was quite bored, and somehow I ran into poker. And I love strategy. I love strategy games. I wanted to study my master's degree in military strategy, and yeah, no, I don't know. Like I got into the game because everybody in America, plays for fun in uni and stuff, and I started watching it, and I'm not much of a gambler, so when they told me there was like a lot of strategy involved in the game, I was like, okay, cool, I like this. And I started playing, and you know how it goes, you get hooked, and then you just play. And I took it pretty serious from the beginning. So I decided I was studying, and I wanted to take it like I had a lot of like bankroll management and everything, and yeah, I started playing some underground cash games in Maryland and Baltimore and stuff, and I started there. Then I was playing online. I was playing cash games, sit and goes, and little by little, I started like making a roll, and then it was PCA, and that pushed me forward. So, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I actually lived in Washington, D.C. for about 6 months, about 5 years ago, so I know a little bit about D.C. I played at Maryland Live a few times and definitely love that part of the country. Um, so, how long were you in the Washington, D.C. area before you moved back over to Europe?
I was there since 2004 till Black Friday.
Oh, wow. Okay, so 2011 online poker strike caused you to what, move back over to Spain, Portugal area?
Well, I wasn't. No, I moved to England.
Oh,
I've
you
been
moved
in
to
UK.
England. Okay.
Yeah. That
Okay.
was yeah, Black Friday. Moved to
Okay.
England.
Okay. So, okay, so I like this. So college, I love the stories of college, like, going to college, going to university, and then it blends into, oh, I'm a pro poker player. I'm a little bit similar like that, graduated my 2-year degree and had played online poker during college, and I said, okay, this is what I want to do for a living for sure. Luckily, I have really cool parents that were really supportive of it, and behind the idea of their son being a professional gambler. Uh,
Hey.
so you Black
Yeah,
Friday
and
hit. Black Friday
did
hit.
you graduated? Did you graduated from school?
So I got my 2-year degree, and that was actually all I was kind of going for. It's like my story is went to college for one semester, built up a little bankroll, felt like a lot more when you're 19 than it really is, And I told my parents I'm gonna go play for a living now, and okay, like okay. So 6 months later, I'm doing okay, but like, making enough to get by. My mom begged me to go back to college, at least finish my 2-year degree. You can, she's, Michael, you can continue playing online poker, but get your degree. I agreed, and then by the time I got my 2-year degree, I had had a lot of consistent success and said, okay, this is definitely what I'm going to do. And I'll never forget the week after I got my 2-year degree. That was a fun party week to say no more homework for the rest of my life, and now I can just play poker and do what I want to do. So enough about me. Enough about me. Let's get back to you. So how much did Black Friday affect you, and how much online were you playing at the time? Obviously, it affected you if it caused you to move back to the other side of the pond. Talk to me about how you felt when that happened, and how it affected your grind.
I mean, it was horrible.
It
It
was.
was horrible. Yeah, it was horrible. I mean, I was full on grind mode, like online. I mean, it's when it happened, I was started to play live. So actually, like live, meaning live tournaments, like live events, not the caching. So yeah, it was crazy. Like my main grind was online, so we had to go. And
Yes.
yeah, and like my whole life was in America, so it was tough. It was tough.
Okay, so you were born and raised over here, and then that caused you to go back over there.
I was born and raised in Malaga in Spain till I
Okay,
was 17, and then with 17 I went to uni in Washington, and then yeah, like I was playing poker already
there we
for
go.
like
There we go.
years.
Okay. Now I'm with it now. And yo, I got to give a shout out to my boy Justin Kelly, Fat Train. Welcome in everybody. I see we got hit with the big boy raid right there. Welcome in everybody from the America's Cardroom Show. As I'm sure you already know, this is the newest member of our ACR family right here, Ana Marquez. She is joining us from Portugal right now, and I'm excited for you guys to all learn more about her. And thanks to all of you for being here. America's Cardroom, Justin Kelly says, Anna hype. Yes. Okay, so 10 over 4 says, do you stream? And have you ever streamed, or is that something you're thinking about doing in the future?
I don't currently stream. I have streamed before. I'm part of NLG, No Limit Gaming. It's a group of Germans that we've created this company, like that we wanted to like push esports, basically like train esport players, like poker players train. So turning like gamers into pro gamers, kind of like being a poker player then into a pro. So I did a couple of streams with them, but not so much. Not so much. I'm not the best at streaming, but yeah, I probably do a little bit of streaming in the future with ACR, but it's not my main thing. It's not my main thing. I like to get in the zone when I'm playing. Like if I'm streaming, I'm a very social person, so like I get very focused on the chats and on the people, and then like I'm folding like random hands, and people are like, "Oh, why did you do that?" And I'm like, "What?"
Why did you fold those pocket aces? Okay, so
Yeah,
when you start streaming, you're gonna stream one table, and then work your way up, and then you'll be pro status on the streamer status really soon for sure. Okay,
basically.
so how did your parents feel, or how did your family feel when you told them I'm gonna be a professional poker player now, Mom? What was the reaction from your family? Because I know I have so many friends that tell me all sorts of different reactions that they got when they announced, like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do now. How did your parents react when they found that their daughter's gonna be a pro player?
I think my mom was confused, but she was like, "Sure, go for it." Like, I mean, my mom is both of my parents are very close to me, so my mom kind of like trusted in me. Probably she was thinking, "Oh my gosh, she's crazy. Here we go again." But but I mean, I did finish school, and I told them I wanted to take 1 year to see if I could make it pro, and if I didn't, then I would go do my master's degree. And I applied for the master's degree, so it was like a plan going into it. But I told them, give me 1 year, And with my dad, like at the beginning, he was very scared, especially because one time he catch me with like a chunk of like $100 bills in my backpack, and then he was like, "What is going on?" But then I explained to him everything, and I sat him down, and I was like, "Look, like there's bankroll management. Like I'm not just going crazy. Like if this happens, I lower limits. If not, I go higher. Like you know what I mean." I explained the whole situation like from
Mm-hmm.
a business perspective mostly.
Yeah.
And he understood it, and he was like, "Okay, so give yourself 1 year. If it happens, go for it. If not, then go back to school."
Okay, and obviously it helps a little bit when they see that you're player of the year in Spain. That helps a little bit with credibility and making your parents feel a little more comfortable. Am I right?
Yeah, that was a little bit after, but yeah, I mean, I did like, I mean, I ran good too, I mean, so I mean, to make it here, sometimes you gotta run good. So the beginning was very successful because also like after 3 years or so of playing, like it's when I bubbled the final table for Bahamas, and after that, like I started getting quite a lot of success in general. So it was easier to assimilate for them, I guess.
That's awesome. So I have to ask the question: do you play cash games at all? I know obviously you I would guess you prefer tournaments. Do you play cash games at all, or are you just strictly tournaments?
Okay, so I started playing cash in, but like 1, 2, 5, random. This year I decided I was gonna switch from tournaments to cash games,
Okay.
but I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I haven't put so much volume as I would like. So I cannot tell you how much I like it, but I mean, every time I play cash games and everything, like I just keep thinking of tournaments, and then I don't know, like I decided that I'm a tournament grinder. So
Yes.
I'm crazy. I'm a tournament grinder.
Yes, I definitely prefer tournaments myself over cash games. My boy Philip in the house. Haja, what's up, brother? He says, where... I know he's been to Portugal many times. He asks, where are you in Portugal? What city do you live in?
Well, this one.
Okay, okay. Awesome. And then another great question in the chat. And don't forget, guys, my favorite part of this show is at the end, the question and answer segment. So I'm not going to read all of these awesome questions you guys are putting in the chat, Putski, bunch of you guys. So please remember those questions for the end of the show because you will have a time to shine and get those questions answered. I have to ask this one, though, because it's just too good to not ask right now. Grindosaurus Rex says, Anna, did you get bit by the moneymaker bug back in 2003 like me, since you're also born in the same year as me, 1986? Did Moneymaker have an effect on you?
Actually,
No?
no, because I went into poker a little bit later. I went into poker in 2008, I think.
Okay.
And yeah, it actually didn't have um, I didn't know anything about poker. Like everything I found about poker was from my friends playing in the dorms and like houses and stuff. I actually I think yeah, like if I started seeing more poker was like probably in high stakes poker or poker after dark. I don't know this kind of TV shows, but I was more on my own. Like I don't know, I didn't know anything about anybody or anything to be honest.
Okay, so obviously Chris is gonna hold a grudge against you now for saying that,
But
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 he's
but
a lovable
I
guy.
mean,
He's a forgivable guy too.
no. But listen. Chris actually it's involved in part of my career, but he didn't bring like it wasn't like the boom from him that like made me put me into poker. But I actually wrote about him in my history thesis.
Ah, okay.
Uh-huh, yeah, because I actually ended up finishing like I didn't know what to write my thesis about, and then I decided to write it about the sociological effects that it had tournament poker had in America from the 1970s, and Chris was obviously one part of there was several parts that turned tournament poker more and more famous or yeah famous.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I had Chris was a part of that. So I did write about him.
Okay, so you've totally redeemed yourself now. Chris is now totally gonna be cool with you now. I'm just joking. Okay, so obviously you're a tournament crusher. What else do you like to do on your free time? What are your hobbies? What are things you like to do when you're not crushing the tables? You're like, no, that's it. I just play poker. That's all I do.
um, I've actually been kind of nervous lately about like not being able to disconnect too much. So it's a tough question. I mean, I like to do yoga. I do Muay Thai. Even though I'm very out of shape now, actually. So everything I'm about to tell you is like just hobbies that come out randomly. It's not. I'm not consistent with anything. So I don't know. I go to the beach. I like hiking. I like painting.
Nice.
But no, seriously, I'm a DJ. I just like play poker, study poker, watch poker. Then sometimes I get hooked to a TV show, but not really. I also get bored quite often. So I don't know. I like to read, but yeah.
So you're a true. You're telling me you're a true grinder. That's what you're telling me right now. Love it.
But yeah.
So yeah, Beat of Life in the chat says, "Wait, what? We can do other things other than poker?" That's basically how Anna feels too. You guys feel the same right there, Beat of Life. Welcome in, man. Okay, so obviously you are now the new, and congrats again on becoming the newest ACR Pro. Obviously, there's more. As I've always said, there are so many amazing tournament players out there. There are many tournament players out there that I would say are obviously way better than me. You know, I'm a decent player, but there's a lot of players that are a level above me or 2 levels above me. But obviously, to become a team pro for any site, you have to have a little bit more than in your back pocket than just skills on the table. Um, what are you? I guess what would you say are your greatest strengths looking forward to representing ACR and whatnot. And also, I have to ask this, a double question here. What do you prefer more, live tournaments or online tournaments? So sorry about all the questions.
Okay, so what are for the first one?
Yes.
I mean, let me tell you that the second one that is easier. What is my favorite, the live or online?
Yes.
I mean, after quarantine, obviously now we just want to play live, you know.
Yes.
I mean, I mean, before quarantine, right now it's like so burned with online, you know. I mean, even though I took quite a bit of a break, so now I'm kind of fired up with the OSS. I'm pretty happy grinding every day, and it's nice. So, but nowadays I think I prefer live. Back in the days it was 50-50 because back in the days it was a lot of online grind and then live stop, then online grind, live stop. And every time I will get tired of one thing, then the other thing will come. So it was very dynamic and you never get bored of one or the other. So, but now I'm excited for live poker actually because we barely played. So
I was gonna say, have you played many live events over the last couple of years with COVID hitting hard, or have you been kind of a hermit crab like me
no,
and
just
not really been out in the wild? No?
no. I played the main event in Vegas, and that's pretty much about it. Online the rest, and I've been playing cash game too. So all the poker I've played this year live has been cash game.
Okay. And
Mm.
leading into that, great question in the chat from Boston. What's up, brother? He says, Anna, are you going to the World Series of Poker this summer in Vegas?
Of course, I've never missed one in my poker life.
Nice. Are you planning on going out all summer, or what's your plans right now?
Yeah, I'm going max time.
Nice, nice. Okay, so I'm guessing you are probably going to be maybe a part of the Punter's Pad, the ACR house that's coming out there, maybe?
I would like to, but it's a bit complicated. So I'm not sure. I think for now, not. Maybe I'm not sure. I don't have a straight answer to be honest. Right as it is now, I'm not sure.
Okay, so no matter what, you'll definitely come over and hang with the crew and
I
get to know
mean,
everyone for sure.
going there, I'm gonna be there all the time. Don't worry.
Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome,
yeah,
awesome,
yeah.
awesome.
Like sleeping there, I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah. Not sleeping there, but you're gonna be a part of the crew and get to know everyone and all the awesomeness. Cool, awesome. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Mameli, hey, what's up, Mel? Mel's in the house. She says, "Can't wait to have you pop up in some Puncher's Pad episode. Let's go." Okay, yeah, the series are there. Not living. Yeah, perfect. What's up, Mel? Welcome in. The ACR team pro manager in the house, doing big things as always. Appreciate you, Mel. So here's another good question. Boston always comes in with the good questions on my Loncar lives. He says, "Please ask her what is her ACR username." I've had a few people ask that, and I was like, I don't know what her username is.
Um, well, I see this. I wanted to be Anna Marquez.
Okay, so it's a secret now. It's a secret, guys. You gotta wait. She said she'll probably start streaming soon, but I'm sure you guys will see her custom avatar on her page really soon. So you guys will know. You guys will see the avatar.
Yes, a little bit of patience, because we're gonna make it look cool. So
Okay. Yes. Okay, so basically you have to grind OSS events and get lucky enough to get our table, and then you guys will know her username. So there it is. So you said that a minute ago. The OSS series is running right now. It's in full effect. I just put together the schedule, which I do a few days a week, which I'm actually going to start doing every day starting today, guys. So make sure you guys follow me on my socials. I'm going to be posting my favorite picks of the tournaments every single day of the week so that you guys can see what you want to play the next day. But as you said, you've been grinding the OSS. How do you feel about
Yeah.
the ACR platform, and how do you feel about the OSS series that's popping off right now?
No, I mean, I love them. They're super nice. They're super nice. Yeah.
Yes. So I have to ask this because I'm kind of a sick multi-tabler myself. How many tables, like, what's your comfort zone of like max tables while you're grinding online?
Uh, my comfort zone, probably 8, I would say. Yeah.
That's a healthy number. I respect that. I respect that a lot. That's a nice number. 8 tables is not easy. That's kind of a skill I feel like most people have to kind of build their way up to. I'll never forget, ever forget, when I was in college. I was actually playing back in the day on Bodog when I was like 18 years old, and they only allowed you to play 3 tables at a time. So I didn't even think about playing more tables. And my friend was like, "Oh, check out these other sites where you can play like there's guys playing like 20 tables." I was like, "What?" My mind was blown. I'll never forget the first time I played 6 tables. I got 6 sit and goes up on my little laptop, and I just played them out and finished them until they were done. I'll never forget. I had to lay down on my couch because my head was spinning. Because I was feeling kind of dizzy, and then all of a sudden, 1 month later, I'm playing 15 tables continuously all day long. Is that something that took you a while to get to? Because I have people ask me that all the time, Anna, about how can you play 8 tables? How can you mentally do that?
I
Was that
mean,
kind of an easy thing for you, or did you have to slowly build your way up in time to get to play that many tables comfortably?
yeah, I think I mean I don't remember so well, but I think it just happened, because it's the thing that you start raging and like you see more cool tournaments you want to play and you just start putting and you start like forcing yourself out of your comfort zone. So and then like the more you play, the better you get. So the more confident you are taking decisions. And everything becomes more automatic. So I think it was a process. It's also funny, like I mean, my tops, for example, I think it's been like 15 tables.
Mm-hmm.
Like when there was the multi entries and stuff back in the days, it was like so many tables. But but then like I don't think I think it's much better to just grind like less tables and be more focused on them, especially if you're playing higher stakes. So, but it's funny because if you stop grinding for like 3 months, like you come back and you're like, oh, this is so fast, I cannot do it. So I think it's a skill that you just practice. It's like if you just you give up a little bit of EV at the beginning, but then afterwards you're just like on it. And also like it depends sometimes like if like for example like if I take a break and then I come back because back in the days I didn't take any breaks. Back in the days it was like grind all day long. Now it's different. Now I do take my breaks and then when I come back I like to put less tables just so I can like get back in the zone or like if I'm studying a lot for example a certain topic or something like that and I want to implement it then I play less tables because I want to focus a lot in those spots. So it depends but comfort zone I would say is 8. Yeah.
That's a good amount. I respect the fact that you said you played up to 15 tables. That's a sick amount. Even when I'm playing that many, it's like, oh man,
Cash game players are playing like 20 something tables, man. They're crazy.
they are crazy. Seriously, super crazy. So are you plan? I have to ask this because obviously, are you planning on? I'm guessing you're. Do you have? Okay, so sorry, I'm a little bit of a scatterbrain sometimes. I got a million questions going through my mind. Do you plan on staying over in Europe for good, or have you ever had thoughts of migrating over to Vegas, moving back to America? Has that thought ever crossed your mind?
I mean, that thought always crosses my mind. I love America. But it doesn't look like it. I mean, I would need a visa and married to an American or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look like it. I mean, I would love it. I would love it. But the problem, is that I've been traveling all my life. I've been outside of Spain all my life, and I miss being close to my family. And my dad used to live in America, and he moved back to Spain. So now it's like if I go, like now everybody's in Spain so I rather live closer to them. But as much time as I can spend in America, always, like I'm down for it. I love it. I miss it. I miss it quite a lot actually. So
Okay, so I think I'm kind of foreshadowing some Punter's Pad episodes coming up in Vegas this summer with Anna, maybe hitting it off with one of the ACR team members, like American marriage, wedding coming. I'm just joking. I see Justin Kelly says, "Rest in peace, inbox with marriage applications from other poker players in America." Oh my goodness. And yo, I have to say, all of my regulars in the chat, thank you so much for being here again today. If you're just tuning in, I see we have some new viewers. This is Ana Marquez, very new ACR Team Pro as of less than a month ago, and obviously appreciate all of you being here today. Yeah, this is great. This is great. So I do have to ask one last question here before we get to the question and answer section where you guys can ask away what you want to know about Ana. If you had to just wipe away poker, poker's no more. Poker's illegal. It's banned forever. What would you jump into in your professional life? What would be something that you'd want to take up if poker wasn't available? That's a tough question. I know. It's an awful thing to think about, poker not being, but if, just bear with me, hypothetically. So this is something you've never thought about. This is how true of a grinder she is, guys. She's like, I've never even thought about this before. What are you talking about? Poker not existing. Don't even talk about these horrible things like this. Anything at all. You could be, I mean, and literally anything at all. This is a hypothetical. You could be, snap your fingers, you could be a singer, a movie actress, any dream job you've ever wanted, and you could just be it. What would it be?
I have my dream job, man.
Okay, so dream job outside, second dream job.
I mean, okay, so like if I could start from zero, no, because there's a difference from like starting a new job now and or having like 10 years behind in front of you. You know what I mean? Like it's not the same to start when you're 20 than when you're 30.
Yes. So yeah, you're starting it now. You're starting it now at your age right now. Like today, poker's wiped away, and you get to start a new job in the next week. What would it be?
Okay, so if it's from now on, then I would probably look something into something like empowering women somehow. Like
women's rights.
Yeah. I mean, I would just look for something that like. No, I mean, I think women. I could say for everybody, you know, because I think like I've lived a quite competitive life and like. I don't know, I've learned a lot of lessons from poker, and I would like to like show that to other people and like show people that like you can do anything you want with your life, like if you set your mind on it. And I think that's really cool. I say women because I think that I will have more reach with females because I'm female, and maybe because they need a little bit more of like push or not push. How do you say more support? You know,
yes.
Especially in places where I was gonna say like in a man's world, you know, but we are in a man's world, so basically everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say like I will try to use like my experiences to like help people reach their dreams, because I'm lucky enough that I reach mine, you know. So I would like to help somebody. But besides that, I don't know. I was a historian. I wanted to do military strategies. I don't know. So so weird if it will happen that I cannot play poker anymore. You know?
I love that answer. That's awesome. So yo guys, this is my favorite time of the show. And I know a few of you have a number of questions that you already asked in the chat that I haven't asked yet. So now is your time to type away, get your keyboard out, and ask Ana anything at all that you want to know about her. Now is the time to do so. Now is the time. Let them flow. Let them go. There it is. Frank Castle says, what is the most significant advantage and disadvantage of your profession, being a woman, being a professional female poker player?
Well, I can tell you the biggest disadvantage is like not being considered. Okay, this could have changed a little bit nowadays, but for when I started, for example, like not being considered one of the guys, and like that stops you from like advancing as well, you know, because you don't share information like other players do between them. I don't know. You know how like when you start playing poker, most of the times you're in crews and like you're like sending hands to your friends, and you're in a community that interacts with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think that's super key to growth in poker, especially back in the days when I started, that there was not so much like content online and schools and everything. So I think that's the biggest issue with it, not being one of the guys. An issue that I'm so lucky to not have anymore, because I've proven myself to them. So,
Yes.
but yeah, but that being a woman in a man's world can be tough in poker. And then the biggest advantage, mm, I don't know. I'm not too sure. Well, it's a tough question. I don't know. I mean, in the table, I don't see much advantage. I mean, it's another level, because you have to get in the meta game of being a female. So basically, you just have to know what or guess what people are thinking of you, and because of that, adapt your game against them. So,
Yes.
and I guess that can be useful sometimes. And then, yeah, that I would say that if you're like sharp to get like the meta game that's going on, then you can exploit it basically.
Okay. Next question. Bosted says, does she grind high stakes or does she have a range of buy-ins of tournaments that she normally plays? So like, do you normally is there a range of buy-ins you normally focus on, or do you just kind of play everything?
Depends. I mean, live I can get to play up to 25Ks, for example, and
That is
even though
so
I can.
sick. That is so. I have to say real quick. I'm so sorry. That is so sick. I've always wanted to play a 20. I've played the main event. I've played a couple other 10Ks. I want to play a 25K in the next few years. That had to have been a little bit of an experience the first time. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I'm so.
No, it's
I
good.
think
It's
it's so
good.
cool you've played a 25K buy-in. How was the first time you played a 25K buy-in, and was it a little intimidating? Because I would imagine the player feels obviously really really tough. How was that?
I mean, it was super fun. It was super fun. It was actually mega fun. I had so much fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah. At the beginning, was a little bit. I was nervous, but I'm good friends with all the high rollers and stuff, and like I had some of them at my table, and it was really fun because I felt like I was just grinding like or playing with my friends. So it was pretty chill. And then there was some kind of like fun spots. I don't know, with Vanessa Selves, for example. Like we were in the bubble of like the first one, and she kept limping the button, and I just kept reshoving her, like with 25 lines or something. And she was like, "Why are you shoving? You cannot shove!" Like it's a 25K. And I was like,
That's awesome.
yeah. So it was really fun. But yeah, I don't grind them all. I pick my spots quite well. Like I like to grind the best 25Ks. I don't know. I think like grinding them on the regular, it's another game. It's not another game. It's just another circuit basically. Like then you go into high roller mode, which I mean, I would like to get there at some point, but I don't know if I have I don't know. It takes a lot to get there. So I'm happy with like playing the best spots, for now. For
Yes.
now, we never know.
Yep. Another great question, Grinosaurus Rex. Are you a part of any online training sites? Are there any training sites you're affiliated with or that you use to improve your game? That's a great question.
Well, I wasn't, but actually, I just started working with Forma Poker, which is a poker school.
Okay.
Yeah, and I really like the main coach. He's a friend of mine, so it's really cool, like to work on spots with him. But I haven't before.
Okay.
Usually, I study with my friends or with just by myself, like reviewing my hands or watching courses or like trainers and stuff like that. But I think the where I get the most is like from talking to my friends and just studying together. Even though schools are very useful, they're very useful.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Another great question in the chat. Are there any American foods, are there any types of American foods that you miss eating that you used to eat when you're in America?
Mm. I guess a lot of Tex-Mex, no? Tex-Mex.
Yep.
There's no good. There's it's different Mexican food in Europe. I don't know.
That's rough because Mexican food is my favorite. Obviously, American Mexican food is my favorite. So yeah, if the Mexican food is different over there, I'm sure it's amazing. But even if it's a little different, that would be rough for me. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be rough.
Yeah, it's not, it's different. It's different here. So I would say Tex-Mex, yeah.
Okay, and then a question from one of my home game legends. What's up, Mother Shucker? He says, "What casino, when you were living in the United States in Atlantic City, did you play at? Did you play at the Borgata?"
Borgata.
Nice. Yeah, I love the Borgata.
I,
I've
I
been to Atlantic City a few times, and I always tell my friends I'm not going to Atlantic City. I'm going to Borgata City because that's all the
yeah,
poker action is. I've always loved the
yeah,
Borgata.
yeah. I played a little bit in the Tash and like, but like not so much. Like I was a Borgata rep, so.
Awesome. Please, yeah, here we go. Ghost of M says, please ask Anna if she feels like the poker communities are different in the U.S. versus the U.K., Spain, Latin America, etc., and if so, how? It's a great question.
Uh,
It's kind of a tough question. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of threw a tough one there at you.
But actually, I have quite a lot of experience with different communities because I'm pretty close to, well, American for sure, German, I'm very close to them, and then UK, I'm pretty good friends with them as well, and also the Spaniards. So to be honest, they're all the same. Like they're all the same with their like cultural differences, you know, like but like the way they interact, the way they have chats, the way they go out, the way they talk, it's all the same. It's all groups and stuff. And then it's more about what changes. Maybe it's a little bit the values of of them. But I think that's a cultural thing, you know.
Yep.
Mm.
Okay. Well, yo, Anna, I'm looking for. I know me and my wife are both looking forward to meeting you out in Vegas. She's gonna be out there with me for a good week or two, and obviously, I know you're gonna have a warm welcome from the entire America's Card Room team. And thank you so much for coming on today. Thanks for sharing your story, and congratulations again on joining the ACR family. And yeah, thanks so much for coming on today. Really appreciate you.
Well, thank you for having me on the show. It was a pleasure. I was also excited to meet you. So yeah.
Awesome. Appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Have a great night. I know it's late over there. It's like, what, 10 o'clock over there in Portugal. So you have a great rest of your night. And I'll see you out in Vegas in a few months.
Okay, see you.
Awesome.
Ciao.
Thank you, Anna. Awesome. Loncar live right there. Thanks to all of you for being here today. Anna Marquez in the house on the other side of the pond. And again, congrats to her for signing on to ACR, the newest ACR Team Pro. I'm guessing there's a good chance she might be streaming down the road, which would be awesome to see. Always want to see all the ACR Team Pros streaming. And Anna and Justin sitting in a tree. Frank Castle 19. Yo, I didn't say it. Frank said it. His words, not mine. Thanks to all of you for being here today. You guys are awesome. To all my regulars, I love you so much. To all my newcomers who are here just for today, thank you so much for being here. I stream every Friday night for my home game. All day Sunday streams every Sunday. And usually I'm trying to do more streams, like 2-hour streams during the week, more than ever. So that's a wrap for me, guys. Thanks for being here. Big shout out again to Anna Marquez for coming on set tonight and sharing her story and sharing a little bit more about herself. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one. If you liked this video, make sure and give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, which is free. And don't forget to click the bell, which will let you know when any new video has been uploaded to my YouTube channel. If you want to catch my streams live, I'm currently streaming all day Wednesdays and all day Sundays over at twitch.tv under the username Loncar Poker. Thanks for watching.